6. Woohoo. Well, the tripod is metal, so at least we know this is working. Thanks for being here, by the way, the greatest homesteading channel on the planet that has nothing to do whatsoever with homesteading. Homesteading off the grid. What a beautiful view behind me, no? That's why I decided to film from this angle today instead of going out in the woods. And then plus, this is the area I've been searching lately with my metal detector for the tiny little paperclip holding together perhaps the best manuscript the world may never know if I can't find it. It's the buried hard copy manuscript of Utopia Shattered. Probably the greatest thing I've written ever, certainly since The Lunatic, my novel The Lunatic, which was great. It's on Amazon in print and Kindle. The link is in the description box below. If you want an autographed copy of The Lunatic or any of my other books, you can get them from our Etsy store. That link's in the description box as well. I've got these trail cameras all over my property, and this trail camera captured what no one was supposed to see. This is crazy. I'm going to show you. Let me put down the metal detector. I'm going to show you by actually opening up the camera, turning it on, and showing you the picture proof of what this trail camera captured, which was what no one was supposed to see. Why? Because only I was supposed to see it. So you're saying to me, also, you've seen it even without the trail camera? Yeah, I guess so. At first, I thought it was like a couple of really lucid dreams. Isn't that a beautiful view of that trail? That's our house back there. I thought there were some really lucid dreams, some things I thought I was seeing at 3:33 a.m. in the morning, 2 nights in a row. Different things, but 2 nights in a row. Until I was up here metal detecting earlier, and I went past, I was checking the trail cameras all the way around the property, see what they're picking up. Got a really big deer. Look at this one. There, now I hope I remembered to put the image of the deer in there. But with what I'm going to show you, I'm not even going to put the image in. I'm going to show you directly on the camera to show that there was no fiddle effing around with, what do you call it, Photoshop or whatever. All this stuff people always say I do. Let me tell you, I don't do it. You want to know the proof of that? I don't know how. I push record, and then I talk for a really long time, and then I push stop, and then I go on to YouTube and hit upload, and that's it. I hope I got the picture of the deer in this one. I hope I can remember how to do that. I don't know how to Photoshop. So anyway, I wake up a few nights back. It was 3:33 a.m. I know because I have a Ironman Timex watch. I pushed that little button, the little green light came on. 3:33 a.m. I was like, well, whatever. Tried to roll over to go back to sleep, but it occurred to me that I needed to visit the restroom. And so I go in there and doing what gentlemen do there, standing, and I'm just kind of glancing like at the back window. Now it was like a moonless night. Maybe it was overcast, but there was like no light outside. And again, that's our house. We don't have windows in that. We don't have curtains in that window. We don't have like curtains in most places because nobody can see us. Anyway, it's like this all around us, and it's like we love that sunlight coming in the mornings, and we love seeing the view out the window, but we're mostly outside anyway, just being part of that view, being in it. So I'm standing there doing my business, and I saw what looked like a floating, like luminescent or glow in the dark, whatever, jellyfish going through my backyard. And I'm like, oh man, I must still be half asleep dreaming about that jellyfish. So I'm sitting there, it was like very kind of like hypnotic. I watched it go all the way up across the backyard and then into another, not this trail, but this trail right here goes up to another trail up there, and it's all our property. And so it was like it's going up the trail, and as you can tell, the leaves are off of most of the trees now, so I could see it looked like the light was blinking, but what it was doing was going behind trees. That's the dangest thing. And I watched until it was gone, and then I realized I was done doing what I had to go in there to do anyway, so I went back to bed and went back to sleep. I didn't even think about that until the next day. I'm in my office, which is, by the way, my front porch. when the weather's nice. I mean, until it gets either brutally cold or brutally hot, because just I enjoy being in the scenery, working in the scenery. It's too pretty here. I can't put walls between me, man. You know, so I work out of a hammock or chairs. I've got a little thing of shelves there where I keep whatever paperwork or whatever or books I'm reading or editing, and I'll write. But I'll take my laptop and I'll go to YouTube and I'll play some like soothing, healthy, emotional type music. It's always instrumental, never lyrics, and it's always calming, never upbeat or too fast. And I turn it down low enough to where it's not drowning out the birds, so I can still hear, but I can hear the birds over top of it. And I'll work, or if I'm doing stuff on my phone, like managing our 1 million followers plus Facebook page, Sick Twisted Humor. Thanks for following, or our now like 62,000 strong followers over on Instagram that we just started 2 months ago. Thank you if you're part of that group. So I'll do my phone. So that's actually what I was doing the next day, scheduling reels and memes and posts and stuff on other platforms. And I happened to just glance over, and my laptop was there. It was playing that music, and I noticed that there were these translucent jellyfish going across the screen, right? And I was like, that's it. That's clearly because I instantly thought of what had happened the night before, and I'm like, that's it. I was either dreaming, and I was dreaming. I may have been like sleepwalking even, and I was seeing images that I clearly see on this computer most days when I'm working, right? I don't always play the same music, and it's not always the same backdrop. So that's what I wrote it off to until the next night. I wake up at 3:33, the exact same time. I check my watch. And guys, I know most of you who watch this channel, you know all about the veil. You know, it's this theory that maybe this is where you can slip in and out of our dimension into others, or from our reality into others, or the multiverse has been popular with like the Marvel movies in the last decade or so, similar to that. But this involves like, yeah, maybe spirits, ghosts. Maybe that's where our loved ones are. You know, maybe this veil is lifted so they can come out on All Hallows Eve, stay for 3 days, and go back to the other side. Some people, there's a theory out there, author Louis L'Amour is one of them, rest his soul, who believes that there are these portals that you can go in and out of this veil through, and some of them are fixed. Some of them are always on the move, but some are fixed in fixed locations. And that's why some people will claim to see Bigfoot, and most people will say, no way, we'd know, there's no way. Louis L'Amour thought, and even wrote about it in one of his books, Fiction Poses Fact, though, because he wrote really good authors afterward after it was called The Haunted Mesa. So anyway, yeah, these Bigfoot Sasquatches, and Louis L'Amour thought all animals could see these portals, and sometimes they'll go in and out of them. That's why, in the analogy he used, for example, hunters. Let's say you're hunting, and you see that big buck, and you're like, oh, once he comes out from behind that next tree, when he goes behind that tree, I'll raise my rifle or my crossbow or whatever I'm hunting with. But then when his head comes out, he comes out the other side, I'll get him. But the deer never comes out. And you sit there and you wait. And I've done this like many, many years ago. I used to deer hunt a million years ago when I was a kid growing up in Appalachian. The thing never comes out. So after 30 minutes of waiting, you go over and you like look behind the tree. You're like, where did it go? There's nowhere it could go. Louis L'Amour thought animals could see these portals, and that's exactly where that big buck went, according to that theory. Many of you have stated on this channel that you think this property is one such place. A lot of folks believe that where the ley lines cross, there might be a portal. So what's this have to do with this dream and this jellyfish I thought I saw? Well, the next night at 3:33 a.m., almost as if something was coming through the veil or the portal or whatever, and like it was waking me up while it was doing it. How do I wake up at the exact same time 2 nights in a row? I don't know, but once again, I had to go to the bathroom. So I go in there and I'm standing there, and I didn't see anything, but I heard seagulls. Yes, seagulls squawking. I've heard tons of seagulls in my life. I've visited oceans around the world. I've lived on some for years, okay? So I know what a seagull sounds like. Of course, I'm not seeing anything, and I'm like, remembering the dream, and I'm like, nah, it was my computer, whatever. Maybe I was listening to some of that soothing music that was like had the sound of like waves lapping on the beach with the seagulls in the background. That's got to be it. So I go back to bed. Don't even think of that the next day. Don't even consider it. Well, I mean, I looked over. I'm like, is there seagulls on there? No, it's no big deal. Well, I'm out here metal detecting today, and I'm making my way up that trail. And, you know, I'm checking whatever trail cams as I go by. And before I even opened this one up, I was looking down at the house that I can see from up there now because the leaves are gone. Normally you can't even see it most of the year. I'm like, this is a crazy idea. Maybe this is why they call me Crazy Lake. One reason. If that was a jellyfish I saw and had it come up through here, that trail cam would have got it. You know, a lot of folks think that the reason more people don't capture Bigfoot Sasquatches on their trail cams is because him, her, it, or they can see the infrared lighting in them, and so they stay away from them. Whatever. Let me show you what this trail camera captured. This trail camera captured what no one else was supposed to see. I'm going to show it to you right now. So I hadn't checked it in many days. Not since I saw that big deer, because I thought, well, that's what's tearing up my trees. So, but I left it out there. I left it out there, and I think dumb luck actually came my way for once. I mean, unless you count all those videos that went viral for some reason that don't even really make any sense. Just saying. Did you hear that tree knock? All right. Watch. How do I do this? Okay. I don't have my old man reading glasses. Well, I hope I didn't break my old man reading glasses just now. Man, I took a bunch more pictures. This camera took pictures of me rolling down the hill. All right. So don't pay any attention to the dates or time. I don't set them. I'm really good at mental math. And so every time I open the camera, of course, it takes a picture of me getting ready to do so. So when I see something on the camera, I do the math in my head. Yeah, they used to teach us that. Not anymore. Okay, look, I'm going to actually flip to the picture so you see it. I want you to see this. Watch. No chicanery going on here, brah. Did you hear that? Just as I brought up this image of what? An image of a freaking glow-in-the-dark jellyfish. I clicked a few more times. I got myself having a good time riding my UTV, also known as a zero turn. Yeah, I ride it all over the place. Even at night, because it's fun. There's me the next day walking around having my morning coffee in my robe. It's me getting ready to, what's that? Here it is. Let me make sure I'm showing you the right picture. Yay, I didn't break them rolling on top of them. Good, I'm glad. These would cost $600 to replace here, but I got them in the Philippines for $64. Yeah, they're authentic. Yeah, and I got to go to a real eye doctor and take the test and everything. It's legit. Is that it? No, hold on. Going the wrong way. That was me riding the lawnmower in the dark again. There it is. Look. It's a freaking seagull right there. See that? It's a seagull. Pause the video and zoom in on it if you want, however you want to do it. I mean, that's just... So what sense does it make? None that I can conclude. Now... Are there flying glow-in-the-dark jellyfish everywhere? Are there seagulls coming out of people's dreams? I don't know. What I think is so creepy and strange is not just that those images were caught on this trail camera. trail camera captures images no one was supposed to see or whatever, was that I had what I thought was a dream, or I was seeing it. So clearly, though, I was seeing it. So I saw it. The trail camera captured those images. And even though you weren't supposed to, we've shared them with you, so you've seen them now yourselves. So, with all that said, man, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what sense it makes. It makes it a really good story. The best stories don't make sense because they're real. I mean, I could have written a better ending to it if I had written it, but I didn't. I experienced it. I lived it. Life doesn't always have a happy ending, or even a good one if it's not unhappy. Sometimes there's just no ending until the end. We ain't there yet, and I got to find that manuscript. So, thanks for being with me here for yet another awesome video on the most awesomest homesteading channel on the planet that has nothing whatsoever to do with homesteading. Homesteading off the grid. See you next time. Here, lost manuscript, lost manuscript, lost manuscript. Here, lost manuscript, lost manuscript, lost manuscript. Here, lost manuscript, lost manuscript.